The Delaware legislature is going into uncharted waters as a result of not passing a budget on July 1st, 2017. In essence, it's been since the mid-70s since there was no budget at the end of the regular session or the carryover session. So the governor has called the legislature back into special session on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Here's what they need to do. They have a bond bill ready to go. It will not require any money from the general fund. They're going to sell bonds for all the infrastructure projects. The next thing we have to look at is they have to reach an agreement on a budget bill. They have a bare bones budget bill prepared, but without any tax increases or revenue generators, they can't fund the grant and aid. The grant and aid is the bill that provides grants to local fire departments, paramedics, and to senior centers for their services. So they have to come up with money to fund the grant and aid before they can pass a budget bill. And before they can pass a budget bill according to the Constitution, they must be able to say that 98% of the revenue is only being expended, so 2% remains in the rainy day fund. There has been no call to raid the rainy day fund to pay for the bond bill or the budget bill or for grant and aid, and there really shouldn't be. This isn't the rainy day fund's purpose according to law. So what the legislature is faced with on Sunday is as follows. They have to see if they can get revenue enhancers, a tax on cigarettes, alcohol, the sin taxes, things like that, and enough money to pay what they want to spend in grant and aid. Then they will have a budget bill. The Democrats want a tax increase on income tax. The Republicans will go along with a partial tax increase if there is a process put in place to find additional revenue sources so we don't have this fight every June each year. And further, the Republicans want to roll back on prevailing wage. Prevailing wage is the monies paid on state public works and construction contracts to workers. It is not funds to state employees, but what it is it's a higher pay scale for those contracts paid for by state funds. The Republicans feel that the rates are too high in the state. The Democrats have that sacrosanct saying that they can't mess with that, and there needs to be looked at a compromise, because if we have this standoff like they did in Pennsylvania last year, the governor will continue to call the legislature back into special session daily, 7 days a week, until they get a budget. We have to have a budget. The reason they did the continuing resolution to fund it because they can backdate the budget to July 1st, 2017, the start of fiscal year 18, but they keeps the emergency services running, DelDOT, state police, prison staff, so they know they're getting paid for their work. If there is no budget Sunday night, the governor could do something drastic and close all state office buildings except for the legislature on Monday and furlough all state employees for that day except for critically needed state employees at prisons, state troopers, positions like that. So it's going to be very interesting at Sunday to see if they've worked out a deal and a compromise, but these issues have been unprecedented, and unlike what Congress does in passing a budget and never passing a budget, Delaware has never had a continuing resolution before.